Hey water signs, welcome back. Welcome if you are new. This is going to be your weekly reading for my Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. As always, I do consider these weekly readings timeless. So whenever you're guided here, just trust that it is the right time. Cancers, I did put out a bonus birthday reading for you guys this week, so make sure you check that out. It's pretty powerful. All right, just tapping into the water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Water signs. It's a time for non-action. We're gonna go deeper into this before we're gonna get some clarity out here before I go deep into this, because I just want to make sure what I'm seeing. But there's a lack of understanding here. Yeah, it feels like a lack of understanding in some way. The divine masculine in reverse. There could be someone, and I'll take this as it resonates, because this could be someone, this could be you, this could be your masculine. Even if you're a female, this could be your masculine attributes. The masculine being action orientated. Your will could be disrupted here for some. This could also be, like I said, I'm gonna get some more cards here before I go too deep, because this could play out in so many ways, and there's just a lot. I feel like there's a lot of different ways this could play out. Let's see, what's this action in reverse for my water signs? Make sure that you're using all of your skills of judgment. There may be a need for some forgiveness here. Someone's will. This card did come out sideways, so someone's will or ego could have kind of gotten in the way here. It feels like a lack of understanding. And let's look at this. What's this divine masculine? You're gonna have to work to overcome this challenge. There could have been some kind of disagreement, and you could be dealing with a fire sign. It doesn't have to be, but you have the King of Wands out here. The King of Wands is career focused. Something could have happened at work or with your money. And I do feel like now is a time of non-action, because the divine masculine being in reverse as well is that similar energy of don't take action, right? Because upright, the divine masculine would be taking action, moving towards something. But right now, it just feels like a time for non-action, a time to go within. Especially, we have today, actually, as I'm recording this, Wednesday the 25th, we have the new moon in Cancer, right? So, and I definitely recommend that you check that reading out as well. That was another really powerful reading. Tell me about this regret. There's some fear of change here. someone could be resistant to change, holding on to an old way of being. There is a personal transformation happening here, whether you realize it or not. Let's see what else comes out here. There could have been a surprise, something unexpected. Or there could be something surprising that comes in. This is a time for reevaluation, it feels like, water signs. There's been a lack of understanding, so there's a need to there's just a need for understanding here. But it also feels like some of you guys might feel guided to move on from a certain relationship or a situation. Because it does feel like someone is resistant to change, stuck in an old way of being. Maybe you kind of grew out of that way of being, or just don't resonate with that certain way of being. Or this could be reversed, right? You could also be on the other end of it, where there something took place, and it definitely feels like there's some regret on one side, or possibly both sides. Somebody might feel like there needs to be an ending here, but you're also resistant to that ending. Why is there resistance to this ending? Someone could just be really trying to get their bag right now. There's also something here with your self-worth, or with someone's self-worth. Someone's self-worth. There could be some projection going on here. A misunderstanding because someone has some low self-esteem or some kind of wound that causes a little bit of illusion, or someone also could be a little obsessed with work, obsessed with money. Got the sun out here though. This is rebirth energy. There's new ventures coming in. You're manifesting something new here. But there's also some lack mindset that needs to be worried about, or worked through, I should say. And there could also be some insecurities on one side or both sides. I feel like, I don't know, it feels like this definitely feels like pertaining to like money in some way, or your security, or someone's security felt threatened perhaps. And yeah, it caused some kind of lack of communication, or lack of I don't know, it just caused some kind of disruption. And at the base of it, it feels like there is, or at the root of it, there's something here around someone's, well, it could be a lesson on both sides, honestly. For one, on someone's lack mindset. For two, someone's like insecurities could have come out with this disagreement, or whatever happened. I feel like both of you guys have a lesson here. but right now it just feels like there's a bit of heartache. Someone, or maybe both, are kind of hurt about this, and it feels like it was kind of a sudden change, some kind of disaster, really, or upheaval. But the Tower comes with revelation. I always talk about this because it's very potent to understand that with these shifts, with these changes, with these arguments, these tensions, the chaos brings revelation. It brings understanding. It brings new light to areas that maybe you weren't looking at, and maybe you wouldn't have looked at had this not went down. So that is the beauty in this. If you can find the lesson and realize that, you know, you guys are probably like, I'm seeing it as like a soul level planning, orchestrating certain scenarios to go down in certain ways so that you can have these understandings. Someone could be, someone's inner happiness needs to be looked at. There's a sense of dissatisfaction, a lack of some inner joy. Now, when the Divine Masculine's in reverse, it asks you to go within the Divine Feminine for answers. The Divine Feminine being that aspect of self. Now, remember, we all have the masculine and the feminine. The feminine's that aspect of self that is open and receptive and aware. And this is going to be a powerful time for you guys, especially with this new moon in Cancer. As these tensions come up, it's going to be really important that you take the time to quiet the mind and to go within and silence all of those voices. It feels like there was a betrayal here, some deception, or someone getting away with something. Some boundaries could have been crossed here. There's definitely some disharmony, and what's standing out is balance of home and responsibility. Someone needs to work on that balance of home and responsibility, because it feels like someone maybe was hurt because somebody wasn't being as responsible as the other, or it just feels like there's a balance that needs to be had within someone's life, or with work and responsibility and home. Yeah, it's imbalance. There's a misalignment of values here. That's what this is. There's a misalignment of values. One's values may be different from the other. And you're being asked to hold space, especially if I don't want to say one is better than the other. That's not true, but it feels like one has done more work and has a different moral code with responsibility, and you're being asked to be in your Queen of Cups energy, which is emotionally stable, compassionate, nurturing, caring. We have the World here. Should this relationship be wrapped up or mended? I think that if this relationship is going to be mended, there needs to be some understanding of each other's personal values and perhaps some boundaries as well. Yeah, there's that Three of Swords. Let's get some animal spirits out here. See what the animals have to say. Ooh, what's happened to your heart space? Yeah, that the heart keeps coming through with the Queen of Cups energy. Oyster, you have a lot to share. And I feel like water signs, you guys are naturally very giving people, but I feel like those that are watching this, especially, you have, there's someone here that is closed off, hasn't really tapped into, and it's probably because of this imbalance, hasn't tapped into their pearl yet, that beautiful thing that's awaiting in the middle of you, because of this emotional pain that they're holding on to. And they could be using ways to cope with it that are just pushing it back, just repressing it more. But I feel like you're opening something. There's one of you that's opening something within the other. And it goes both ways, but it does feel, I don't know, it feels kind of monumental in a way. It feels like you could really help if you stay in your Queen of Cups, in your heart space, in your understanding, if you stay holding space for the other. We got the Snake, your creative energy, your unawakened magic, your creative potential coming to light. The Eagle is the transformer of karma. You could be helping, there's one of you that's helping the other to transform something. And I'm saying it like this because there could actually be two water signs here. With this new moon, I wouldn't be surprised if there's actually two water signs here in this conflict. It doesn't have to be, but something's being transformed here on a soul level, it feels like. I wish I could put it into better words, but that's just what it feels like. We got the hummingbird in reverse. Someone could be very pushy or insistent, very sharp. They're kind of stuck in their ways, but you could be helping to open up some light and some awareness and some understanding, all right? And helping this person to gain some stability in their balance of work, home. Again, take it as it resonates. You could be on either side of this. Spirit is asking that you pause right now, that you look for a new perspective, and that you, I feel like this is going to open things up for both of you guys. My whole body is tingling, by the way, as I'm reading this, but this is going to open up a new way of viewing things for, I think, both sides. There's a release of something, and it's going to be different for everyone, but there is stability being gained here. There's balance that's being created here. And I feel like this balance could also even affect next generation. Like, it feels that powerful. It feels like there's some healing that is available if this goes the right way. If you can hold your space, that one can hold their space of the other. I guess it depends on how much you value this relationship as well. We got the numbing card. Yeah, that's what I was picking up on. Like, somebody, instead of looking at their shit, they have been numbing. They've been coping with it with other ways, whether it's drugs or alcohol or a phone addiction or, there's so many. But there's something that they're being forced to look at. And again, back to the home and responsibilities and that balance. I feel like someone's being forced to look at an aspect of themselves, and they may not like it. We got the crossroads in reverse. Some of you could be really contemplating an ending to this relationship. But I do feel like there's another side of you that doesn't really want that. Yeah, there's the mask. They're hiding behind something. They've been pushing away dealing with something or looking at something that's at the root of this, and hopefully they can get to the root of this through this experience, or at least start looking at it. Yeah, look, we got compromise with Dark Night of the Soul and family. I don't know why this keeps coming through, but it just keeps feeling like at a soul level, there's some kind of contracts or commitments or like understanding that's being formed. And just hold space. If you're the person that, is balanced and really working on being responsible and holding space for the other, understand they are going through a dark night of the soul through this, and this could have triggered it. Okay, you're going to need to hold space for this person, especially if it's family or someone you consider like family. There may need to be some kind of compromise or conversation, but I just feel like right now is a time of non-action because we have the new moon in Cancer. Again, check that reading out. That's really important to understand. But because the new moon's in Cancer, the moon is our internal self, our inner being. The moon is ruled by Cancer. So our emotions are being magnified right now. Okay, so take the time to observe, to be in a space of neutrality and try to understand this situation from a higher viewpoint. And don't react on your emotions at this time, okay? Be careful of that, because you might say some shit that you don't really mean, or maybe that you do mean, but that doesn't need to be said. Somebody's inner child, and this card came out for the new moon. There's some abandonment issues at hand for one or both of you. It could be for both of you. Take the time to go within. Take advantage of this new moon in Cancer, water signs. All right, because this is going to really affect you guys, especially. Take the time to just sit with your inner child, and you might want to even ask, like, where am I holding this in my body? And then you know, if your body starts to move during meditation in a certain way, let it, because it's this unwinding process that happens as you release and as you hold that space and just sit in that energy. Maybe you want to pull up, you know, what is this wound? What is this abandonment wound that I'm carrying? And let's release it. And allow your body to move if it wants to move, or to be still if it wants to be still, but just really go hard on meditation this week, Cancer. It's really going to benefit you. All right? Your inner child is trying to tell you something. And you just got to sit with it and feel it all. Sit with it and feel it all. I'm going to get a Beyond Lemuria card for advice to wrap this up. Thank you guys for liking and sharing and commenting and subscribing. I love hearing from you guys. So, yeah, look, the purge, the summer purge. What are you clearing? What are you working through? Let me know in the comments if you feel like you want to share it. Advice for my water signs. Got the portal keeper here. Transformation and reclaim your energy. I keep getting something around boundaries. Somebody's standing firm in their boundaries, and that's okay. It's okay to stand for, you know, yourself. This is about owning your power, and where you put your energy is your choice. This is an energy that helps you to overcome triggers through self-awareness. You could be dealing with a little bit of an energy vampire. They might not even realize it. All right? But this is an energy that wants you to observe the observer. All right? And there's some shifting of victim mentality happening here. There is a huge transformation at play, whether you realize it or not. Looking back, you probably will. 6 months from now, you'll probably be able to see how it shifted you in some way. Maybe not, but definitely there's a huge transformation. Take the time to go within. Take the time to be alone and to be present with your feelings. Okay, this is the cocooning before the butterfly, so be gentle on yourself. Nurture yourself, all right? And remember that there are other pathways. The portal keeper asks you to raise your vibration and to explore kind of the edges of reality for significant messages that could be coming through, right? It's about seeing between the lines and using your multidimensional awareness, all right? Thank you guys so much for liking and sharing and commenting, subscribing. Please make sure you are subscribed. Tap that notification bell if you'd like to be notified of upcoming videos. I love you guys. Happy new moon, portal. Take good care, guys.